Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Harris. Are you feeling a little COVID depressed? Today, I'd like to talk about COVID and depression and my top 4 strategies to help you feel more motivated and a little bit happier in very easy steps. In a recent Canadian study, 22% of the 2,700 people surveyed during the pandemic said they had been diagnosed with depression and 20% with anxiety. That's up 4 points from pre-pandemic. In the US, JAMA indicated that US rates of depression increased threefold during the pandemic. Many of us are feeling isolated, working from home, and unable to participate in life the way we want to. Not only that, we're very social beings. Brene Brown, a researcher in vulnerability, says that we're hardwired for connection, even us introverts. It's a tough time, however, there's lots that we can do about it. Today I'm going to offer you my 4 top suggestions to help you move towards a better mood and feel more motivated. Number 1, choose mood food. One of my favorite people, Dr. Mark Hyman, at the Ultra Wellness Clinic at the Cleveland Clinic, came up with a great idea for a diet, which is very simple and easy to follow. It's mostly plant-based, and he took the best of paleo and vegan and basically put it together. This diet offers a wide spectrum of nutrients which help with our mood, but not only our mood, our whole general function and health. It has vitamin D, which has been shown to be a preventative measure for COVID, but it also assists in our mood. We have magnesium, which basically helps us relax and sleep better. It's rich in omega-3s from cold water fish, and that is hugely important to our brain health, as many of us know, and also inflammation in the body. It also supports a healthy gut. So our gut microbes, called our microbiome, our microbiome exists all over our body, these little microbes, but mostly in the gut. So this diet helps support a healthy gut. When we have a healthy gut, we have a healthy mind because there is an inverse relationship between our gut and our mind. Did you know that 90% of your serotonin, your feel-good chemical for the brain, is made in the gut? So here's a simple chart to give you an idea of some of the healthy foods in the vegan diet. The ones in green, fruits, veggies, nuts, olive oil, and seeds, really super healthy, eat in abundance. Then you want to eat in moderation, any grass-fed or pasture-raised animals and animal products. Some fish oils, some cold water fish that are low in mercury, beans, fish liver oil, and gluten-free whole grains. And you want to avoid what we really know that we should be avoiding, which is refined carbohydrates, processed foods, dairy, gluten, and vegetable oils. Number 2, a natural antidepressant, exercise. So we have a part of our brain that when depressed, it actually shrinks. It's called the hippocampus. This is an area of the brain that we don't want to shrink. This is the area that we basically process emotion, learning, memory, and motivation. So pretty important. What can we do to help? Exercise can help. So exercise basically creates something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. You don't need to remember that. Basically, it's like what they call miracle grow for your brain. It creates deeper and better and more sort of connections in the brain which help us feel good and motivated and want to learn and feel happier. So get out there and move. And if you're not moving right now, all you need to do is just get up, maybe do a few squats, go outside for a walk. But I usually tell people, just start small. You don't have to kill it on the first attempt with exercise. Start with 5 minutes walking around the block, and then each day add something new. Number 3, breathe. James Nestor wrote a great book called Breathe. In it, he talks about how if we slow down our breathing, we can improve our immunity, our sleep, and our mental and emotional well-being. So when we breathe quickly, which he in the book suggests the average person breathes about 18 breaths per minute, we basically speed up our system and can live in a low-grade sort of level of stress and anxiety throughout the day. So what he suggests is switching to a slower breath, and in the book he talks about something called symmetrical breathing. And that is taking 5.5 second inhale, 5.5 second exhale, which is about 5 breaths per minute. And did you know that one of the oldest living mammals on Earth, which is the elephant, basically breathes about 5 breaths per minute. And even better, the crocodile breathes 1 breath and he can live up to 100 years old. Number 4, connect. Like Brene Brown said, we are wired for connection. One of the best things I did at the beginning of this pandemic, and still do, and find it very fun as well, is I basically connected with my friends and family over Zoom. So I would either do it for cocktails or dinner and just set my computer up, and I tell you, it saved my life. And I love doing it. To this day, I love doing it. I think I'm more social now than before the pandemic. The other thing I did too is when I go for a walk, I actually start to make eye contact with people on the street and smile. And I can tell you, when they look back and they smile too, there's this energy between us, and they're strangers, but there's this great energy between us, and I leave there feeling more uplifted, and I have a feeling they probably do too. It's also important to mention that if you're suffering from depression or anxiety and finding it really hard to cope, that you should connect to a medical professional. In summary, we have the power to shift our mood and increase our motivation even during challenging times. So remember, choose mood food. You can check out The Pegan Diet by Dr. Mark Hyman in the show notes, or just Google him. He's got lots of books that are great. You can also remember to get out and exercise. Even 5 minutes around the block is a great start to just start moving and getting that blood flow moving and getting your brain in a better way. Remember to breathe. Just right now, just take 5-second inhales, 5-second exhales, and just repeat that. The more you remember to breathe like that, the better you'll feel. Connect whenever possible. Set up a Zoom dinner with your friends or family tonight. So I'm curious to see what spoke to you today and what you're going to put into practice. Leave some comments in the show notes, or you can connect with me through my website, wellnessdesign.ca. Thanks for listening, and if you found this helpful and you think someone else might find it helpful, please pass it on.